What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video where I wanted to clear some questions up in the comments and also talk about a very controversial topic: expertise. Now, expertise this season coming is actually going to go up to level 30. It's the first time it has jumped 2 levels, but that's because there is so much gear and we've been getting little one-off pieces all the way along over these past few seasons for, like, you know, Easter and things like that. It's finally tipped it over the edge where it's gone to 2 levels, taking it up to level 30. Before we get into it, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. With that said, let's get straight into it. So Yannick said on the live stream the other day that they are kind of investigating expertise. It's level 30. There's some discussions on what they're going to do with it, whether that be stopping it at a certain point, something else. I mean, we don't know. They was just said that there's discussions because there's quite a high gap for people to get into expertise. And we'll talk about that just a little bit. So as you can see here, I'm proficient with absolutely everything. And there's a reason why I'm proficient in absolutely everything. Because if you go into my watch, I have got an absolute bucket load of printer filament, because I've been using the age-old trick of running a character through New York or leveling it from 30 to 40. Gives me a new watch, and then I can basically just farm all the materials into printer filament and then upgrade everything in the expertise bench. And everyone can do that. That's kind of nice and easy. It really doesn't matter how low of an SHD score you have. If you've got 2000, you can still do that, just as long as you've got an efficient way of doing it. If you've got friends to help you, you know, just basically do invaded missions or maybe do landmarks in the DZ or something like that. There's lots of ways you can level from 30 to 40 within a couple of hours fairly quickly. But that's not really what we are here to talk about. So once you've kind of made yourself proficient, there is a separate grind on top of that. And that separate grind is this one here. You can see this is expertise level 30. You've got to level this all the way up. And that is becoming significantly more expensive the longer we go. So we'll go into this here. We'll find a brand new gun that came out today. Well, came out in the PTS, the Lud. So as you can see here, nothing special, really easy at the beginning. And they have already changed this a few times along the way. There's been revisions, it's been made cheaper. We got some reimbursements along the way as well. But as you can see here, level 3. And I think pretty much everybody can kind of get to about level 12 without any real work, even if you're a casual player. And the cost of getting there as well is pretty reasonable. Now, the problem you're going to come across here is that it uses a lot of field recon. So it's not just exotics that it's going to start using. It's going to start using a lot of field recon. And field recon is also used for optimization. And that is the massive bottleneck for me. It's a huge, huge, huge bottleneck. More so than exotics. Now, these numbers here that we've got in the PTS aren't my exact numbers. I've been opening caches galore. They feed you with materials so you can test things. But as you can see here, the first time we come across an exotic, it's only 1. But we're already up to 5 field recon, which is a lot. And it's also the one that claims for lesser scavenging points and wasn't altered last season like the other ones were. So again, still 5. But then it's gone up to 6, and we've also gone up to 2 exotics at 14. And you can say this is still kind of reasonable, but we have spent a lot of field recon already to get to this point. We're probably over 100 at this point. Now it's on 8 and 3 exotics. Now it's on 9 and 4 exotics, and you get where this is going. Now it's on 10, but still 4 exotics. And it's like they paved the way for exotics to be a little bit nicer, but totally forgot about the sheer amount of field recon we're having to invest into these guns. And we're only at level 21. So for me, this is not so bad. I've got shade watches, and that is going to go away. They've already said that they're taking that away. But if they are taking that away, I do feel like they do need to do something about the cost of expertise. It's insane. The field recon is through the roof, let alone the exotics. So now we're on 6 exotics and 12 field recon. We've been using field recon before even level 12 when we started to need an exotic. Now we're at 25, we're at 14, we'll go to 50. No, we're not. We're at 8 exotics though. That's creeping up. Now 8 exotics still. and the level that we're at now. So this is what people are asking me as well. What are the new costs for upgrading? Well, it's 16 field recon, 9 clipboards, and 9 exotics. And then field recon goes up again for the last level. 17 field recon, 9 clipboards, 9 exotics. To take us all the way to level 30. That is absolutely insane. And you can see the next one already. 17 field recon, 10 clipboards, and 10 exotics if they allow us to get to level 31. That is just absolutely insane. The sheer amount of cost in field recon and the sheer amount of cost in the exotics. And for instance, if I was to show you something that kind of lines up with that as well. So we'll very quickly craft something. We know it's going to be terrible. We'll craft this mask. So you can see here the headshot damage is fairly low. It's halfway. So it's not ideal. The other ones were kind of okay for a craft, which makes a change. So what we'll do is so this is going to cost us minimal, you know, 3 field recon, a couple of materials, and we'll put that to, let's just put it, let's say we want that on armor. So that's fine. But now we want to upgrade that headshot damage. Alright, so that's going to cost me 22 field recon. 42 masks. 42 masks. So let's just do that one bit. And then to do it again, we've got another 31 field recon and 60 masks. The clipboards are only at 12. Let's do it again. 34 field recon. 37 field recon, 40 field recon, and 75 masks. So you can see the issue here. Expertise costs an absolute ton when agents are also trying to improve the gear. They're using all of the field recon and exotics on gear and trying to get good. They then haven't got it for the sheer cost of expertise as well. The game is much better at giving us exotics. It really is. There's a lot more events. There's a lot more things we can farm. That has become easier over time. Field recon isn't even close to being where I feel like it needs to be. So there are some changes I feel that need to happen, especially if they're stopping the watch. There's going to be, you know, a very big shortage in materials. I am going to do kind of another video in the next few days about what I would recommend that you do in kind of prep for year 7 season 1. I'm going to do that video sooner rather than later because, you know, there's only 4 weeks left essentially before that season arrives, so people need to prep. But with all that said, let me know what you think about the cost of things down below in the comments. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.